All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Undivested Version Live Reactions. And first of all, I want to give credit to MTR. It's where I first saw this situation, this court document with the lovely divestor here you see on the right side of the panel and her Snow King on the left where the judge is. I thought this was very interesting. You know, it sounded like some Willie Lynch, goddamn 1901 type of situation, but we gonna get into a mistress situation where you kind of pay her to stay quiet. But like I said, again giving credit to MTR is where I saw this first, the YouTuber, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it though. This is amazing. We got to get into it. I ain't gonna hold you, but I will give my thoughts through it. But I'm gonna let you guys peek this out, and I'm gonna just give my commentary as we go. This is eye-opening because these people, they love to act like they love to lie and make their YouTube videos like it's so great on the other side, and it's the same old thing. They still getting Willie lynched. It ain't, but we know that. But it's time. Let's spread this and put it more out there and let the world see it. So when and the crazy thing about it is, these, no matter how much evidence you put out there, the maggots still tell the same lie. Or whatever, just keep flooding the market with the facts and let the people see. So when they go to line talking about that black men don't date black women and this and that, well, people will know why you don't. You see what I'm saying? So it'll be hard for the maggot gonna still lie. It's just what she do, but it'll be more difficult for her to continue to spread that garbage. Again, this is Undivested Version Live Reaction, man. Let's get into it. I ain't gonna hold you. This is sad, but let's go.
On a petition to establish the parent-child relationship, we have a partial agreement that I'll read out into the record first. The parents are in agreement that Mr. Michael Haugen is the biological father of the child. Queen Kalia Briggs.
No, not
however, the last name of the child is contested, so I'll take testimony on that.
Thug bitch with a tattoo on her.
The parents are in agreement that Miss Dye be appointed as the sole managing conservator, and that Mr. Haugen be appointed as the.
By the way, when I see these type of chicks in this type of situation around all the time.
The necessary conservator. Miss Dye will designate the child's primary residence with no geographic restriction. The parents agree that Mr. Haugen has a gross monthly income of $6,250 and that he has no other minor children. Neither parent has access to private health insurance at a reasonable cost, so Miss Dye will apply for Medicaid, and the father will pay medical support of $250 per month beginning 11/1/2024.
The white man said.
There's no request for retroactive child medical or dental support. Mr. Haugen will pay the court costs as billed from Dallas County, and Miss Dye is requesting a non-disclosure of her address, as she doesn't want Mr. Haugen's wife to know where she's living.
Yes, you guys are looking at this correct. The woman with the neck tattoo and the red hair is the mother, while the older gentleman looking very perplexed is the father. What was interesting that we learned right there is that he has no other children outside of this, and that he's an older man. So he probably never wanted to have kids throughout his life, which probably goes into why he never wanted to be in this child's life as well. I mean, along with keeping it a secret.
Child support.
And that was MTR, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, MTR, for just butting in. Nah, you good with me, bro. But let's keep going.
In possession. The state calls the mother. Ma'am, will you please state your name?
Demetria Dye.
And what's the child's name?
Queen Kalia Dye Robertson currently. Her name was recently changed.
Okay. And who is the father of Queen?
The white man.
Michael Haugen.
White man.
Is there anyone else that could possibly be her father?
See, white man, what you got to understand is, listen, they abort more black babies than they do the mixed ones. When they get pregnant, listen, I believe they got the statistics. When they get pregnant with y'all's babies, they keeping it. That's what the white man got to understand. When they get pregnant with y'all babies, they keeping it, white man. You see what I'm saying? But the mixed babies, they gonna keep. They ain't gonna abort. They don't abort them like that.
No.
And when she was born or conceived, were you married to anyone?
No, and not at the time of her birth. I got married after, but not during.
In the man.
Okay, so you got married after her birth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she wasn't birthed during marriage. No.
How many of y'all brothers want to believe he probably a black un? You know what I'm saying? Y'all boys better do y'all research on these damn things. The white man is a preference now. Oh, sugar baby. And man, there's so many of them that sugar babies, it ain't even funny. Matter of fact, once they selling it, they'll have up there no black men until, you know, they washed and it's over with. And, you know, now you need to treat them like a queen.
Just he was there.
And you're in agreement today to establish that Mr. Hagen is the biological father of Queen.
Queen.
Yes, we got a paternity test done.
Okay. And did you hear those other agreements that I read out?
Yes.
And as to those specific terms, are you still in agreement?
Not really, since we have to kind of go over everything. I do have a couple of.
What did I read out? What did I read out that you're not in agreement with?
The name change. He had an issue.
Okay, so other than child support, the name change, and visitation, do you agree to everything else?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so your daughter's last name, you want it, you're saying that right now it's Di Robertson?
Yes.
And you're wanting it to stay that way?
Yes.
And Di is your last name, correct?
Yes.
And where does Robertson come from?
That is a name I
worst, bro.
Came up with my family friend. That helps me take care of her. I kind of incorporated it with them.
Oh, hell no. What do you mean? This is the white man that like the greatest ever. Like, oh, it's so peaceful over here. Yes, it is. It's so peaceful over here. Because it is like, you know, this is what they say all over social media. You know what I mean? It is. And they pay for everything. And, oh, girl, get you one. And somebody else got to help you take care of his baby? Ah! My Lord and my God.
And that's her family that she's been knowing her whole life. She's 6 now. So they, you know, learned their names and everything like that. And are learning like
what you want, white man?
Their names, but that's her family. So I got that from the people that helped me raise her.
Put your hands.
Okay. And you're not in agreement just to have it as Di?
If he wants to add Hagen, I'm in agreement with him separating, taking her family's.
Listen, white man, you're not in control here. She is. You know, the queen has reversed it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the king used to be strong. She's gonna hit your head with that reverse card. She'll hit your head with that Uno draw 4. And then put your hand down.
Name to add her biological father. But just blatantly taking her family's name for no reason, just because he doesn't understand it. No.
Reverse draw 8 right in this.
Okay, so would you be in agreement for her name, her last name to be Di Hagen?
Yeah.
Okay, and to drop the Robertson?
That's fine.
Because she want that white man. She want that. She want to tie that.
No, you're not the witness.
Okay. No, well, I was just going to say, I don't want
to hear you talk. Ms. Di is the witness.
I just got one question. Where the heck do these two people?
Hold on, now. Then he got a Jose on the panel. You know what I mean? You know, Jose, how you like that? How you like me now? You know what I mean, Jose? I don't want to hear you talk. Damn, you just outnumbered. You know what I mean? Goddamn, you got the Jose, and then you got goddamn Shanika Bonquisha, aka Demetria Di. You just losing. Goddamn. But go back to what Joe Biden said before Trump won the election. Because if Kamala won it, it sure would have been that. He said that by 2040, whites is going to be the minority in this country. He told the blacks, he said, y'all going to have to start working with the Hispanics. That's Jose right there. Just so you know.
Miss Di, what kind of visitation schedule are you wanting the father to follow?
She's 6 now. Prior to this, even the court hearing, prior to us being involved in this, I've continuously asked him to FaceTime her. She's almost 6 now. Her birthday will be in December. So I keep saying she's 6, but she's 5. But I've begged him, asked him to communicate with her, even just FaceTime her, because I know he's out of state. He denied it. He said that he didn't want any involvement. At this moment, he didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't want to see her. I'd send him pictures of her. He wouldn't reply.
I thought this was the black man that did these type of things. I can't believe divestors and maggots will have you believe that no, they don't. They take care. And they just tell the white woman what happens in her life. I mean, the white woman don't even brag on the white man the way these maggots do, the way these things do, the way these people do. Understand what I'm saying? We're gonna be PG about it. Damn,
So at this moment, I have no want for him to be in her life because I don't trust that. You know, like he's already stated that he doesn't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I want, like someone who genuinely loves or like.
So you was busting it and freaking it and just kept. You didn't give a daughter be damned, huh? Daughter be damned. You didn't care nothing about what the little girl was gonna go through with the white man and with his wife, and you being the man. You didn't give a damn. You knew you was creeping around with Buddy, huh? And you kept it a secret. Mm-hmm. But if he would have been an old black man, he would have been a creep. And oh my God, see, this is why. I'm done.
Love is genuinely given, fine. But from him, I almost begged him to be a part. So now I'm at the point where I don't trust.
Say it ain't so.
That would be a genuine, relationship.
And so you're wanting him to have a no visitation schedule at this time?
Yeah, no, I don't care for it. I've asked him to talk to her and visit her prior to court, and he didn't want to do it. So I don't want it to be court appointed.
Has he ever visited her in the past?
He's never even seen her.
Okay. And you said he lives out of state. Do you know where he lives?
He lives in Florida, and we have like IMO, FaceTime. He has an iPhone. I have an iPhone. I've asked him to even FaceTime her. She's only 5. Her memories wouldn't have been anything, just to see her and like say hey. And he didn't want to do that, so I don't have any desire for it.
And just so you know, to the white man, these people are easy, bro. Way easier than bro, cake when it comes for these men. And they know it. They know it. I got just stay tuned. There's something coming real soon with that. And the ones in Africa is worse than they are. You maggots better, man, y'all better, man, loyal. Man, if you don't climb up under a rock and
Okay. And if Mr. Hogan does have visitation with your daughter, do you have any safety concerns if he has overnight visits?
I don't feel comfortable with that at all. That he's like a stranger to her. He may be biologically her father, but that's a man that she doesn't know and he doesn't know. And I wouldn't feel safe with my daughter going over a man's house that she doesn't know, blood or not.
Okay. And the child support based on father's income, we've calculated at $965 per month. And that would begin November 1st, 2024. Ms. Dye, do you agree or disagree with that amount?
At this moment, I have to agree because of the financial situation that we're in. But we did have since now our contract is null and void, I would like to tell the judge prior, we did have a verbal agreement.
Sitting there with a blank face calling blank man.
Agreement that he would pay me $2,000 a month.
Hell no.
And not child support, a verbal agreement. And it pertained to taking care of my child. So now getting the $900 is very gut-wrenching and is very detrimental to the society that we live in for me and my baby. He still has his wife, his family. They both have 2 incomes, and it's just me and my child here. So
did Mr. Hogan pay the $2,000 in the past, or is that just something that y'all
he's
talked about?
paid it for the last 5 to 7 years. Yes.
Okay, so every month for the last 5 or so years, he'd pay you $2,000 each month?
Yeah, $2,000 each month. And for birthdays, he would assist with an extra $1,000 because her birthday is December 4th and Christmas is December 25th. This was a verbal contract that we agreed to that he did every year. But once his wife found out, basically, he disappeared. The contract was null and void, and it was my responsibility. I had to file child support. I had to continue to pressure them. Basically, we were just left on our own, and we already had this agreement. He was paying me even prior to me having my baby $2,000 a month. So it was not just based on child support. But now that we're here at court, and it's, you know, it's like now I've basically been, you know, me and my baby are in a pickle. I'm having to figure out a lot of extra things, and you know,
So-
society's gotten hard. So it's like,
When did he stop paying the $2,000?
yes, he stopped paying the $2,000 in April once his wife found out completely.
So basically, y'all went from playing hide the pickle to you being in the pickle. Those that get it, they get it. Those that don't, those that don't.
He didn't message me, wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't send me $1. Last month, they sent me $13.50 for August and September.
Okay.
And he sent me $13.50 this month for October. So the only time that he was not paying me was just from April to August. And then he continued under agreement that I was already doing so bad from not, you know, having the support over the months. I feel like I just had.
Damn, Maggot, it was a couple of months. So he didn't pay for a few months, and you said, hell no. You went to the people on that boy. Damn, you're paying your regular ass for years. That's what it is, though. It was a transaction. You was a sugar baby. You was slurping him up and licking him down. He was so great. He was the snowman. I bet you if you talked to him, it was easy to get her too. Look at her. Guarantee, I think she probably would have female though. It would have looked like.
Had to take it so I could have, you know, a place for me and my baby to stay. Because at this point, if you're getting $2,000 a month, you're paying rent, and then someone just disappears on you, you're homeless now. So now I'm literally like, you know, going through other stuff for my baby.
And so you want the child support to be set at $2,000 a month?
Yes.
This debacle is one of the reasons why I always tell the G's on my channel to operate with a degree of integrity, high integrity within your life. Your lies will eventually catch up to you. And if you're combining your lies with going raw dog into your sugar baby, it'll come back and hit you like a Mac.
Of your address?
MTR?
Yes, please.
You great.
Are you comfortable with your phone number being printed in the court order?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Rich, you have any cross-examination of Ms. Dye?
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Dye, the gentleman that you are referring to, naming your child Queen Dye Robertson,
She had to exalt it.
that's not a form.
Had to put that exaltation on it. If it ain't it, that ain't the word it is now. She had to put that exaltation on the name, you know, because it came from a white man. So she had to, you know, Queen, you know, because that's the king. You know what I mean? You know, because you know the ones that actually built stuff don't look like us, which is the group of the black ones. You know what I mean? So yeah, the exalt her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what it is. Let's go.
Formal recognized relationship in the state of Texas. Is that correct?
Dye, you need to answer the question.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, fell asleep on his ass. Joe Biden.
All right, Ms. Dye, the name that you are currently using for your child, Robertson, is that a result of a marriage in the state of Texas? All right. Has anyone adopted your child, Queen, since the child was born?
No.
Okay. And are you telling the court you would be unwilling
sitting in that
to continue naming the child Queen Dye, D-Y-E?
Like Queen from
Without Hagen?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
goddamn what is it?
Okay.
Because if there's a discrepancy with the father,
Roots.
he should put his name with hers, correct?
All right.
Queen.
He's her family.
Since
Why
your
take it? Why
child-
take her name and just leave it as is? Just to be rude.
Okay,
I don't
thank
understand
you. During our meeting with the assistant AG,
You dealt with him.
you acknowledged that since the birth of your child, my client has paid you in excess of $100,000, correct?
No, I just stated what he paid me for the last 6 years, 7 years.
I'm talking about white man cutting the check. You hear that? Oh, sugar baby maggot. You understand me? But if it was a white one, she would have got him 10. You know what I'm saying? But no, if it was a white one, he probably been paying 4, to keep her quiet. They kind of real cheap with y'all for some reason. You know what I'm saying? But to let you tell it, they love you. That's pretty wild. I mean, he cut a check for 6 to 7 years. They keep that damn thing under wraps. And she didn't give a damn. She, that daughter, he paid. The daughter didn't have to know her daddy or nothing. These are great folks, let them tell it. They gonna watch America burn because ain't nobody vote for Kamala. But you didn't give a damn as long as you got that money. Hell no, I took that money. Said, hey, hell no, I took that money. That means give a damn about the relationship. That's them.
$2,000 a month. Add your math to it.
This woman has said no, but he's been paying $2,000 a month for 5 years. That comes out to like $140,000. So yes, he's paid in excess of $100,000 to you.
And did you in fact sign a settlement agreement that I prepared in the last couple of months, where going forward, you would receive child support of $1,000 per month, based upon income, and up to $350 for reimbursement for insurance. Damn. And you have received those funds, correct?
Yes, for August, September, and October, I have received those.
And you signed that agreement, correct?
So 2,000 versus 1,000, I believe you're gonna pay now, maybe under that. So basically, it wasn't cheaper to keep her. If he would have came clean earlier, he would have been paying way less. Pay less, if you will.
Correct.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Nothing
they told us
further,
that
Your
agreement
Honor.
was null and void anymore.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Closure.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
So she's already signed the documentation that she was going to be receiving $1,000 a month. She's been receiving that for several months. But now it's time for what you've all been waiting for, the father to speak. Let's go.
Thank you, Ms. Rich. Ms. Knight, go ahead and call your next witness.
Yes, the state will call the father. Sir, will you state your name?
It's about time.
Michael Haugen.
Man. Your time to.
And Mr. Haugen, did you hear those agreements I read out at the very beginning of this hearing?
Your time to tell us on how it is when a white man deal with the great one that have so much problems with the black man. Let's go.
Yes.
And as to those specific terms, are you still in agreement?
Well, I didn't know she had legally changed the kid's name. If she already spent
So
money.
not including the child's name,
Mm.
child support or visitation, are you in agreement with everything else that I read out?
Yes, I think it's up to the daughter if she wants to see me.
And so going back to Queen's last name, you heard Miss Dye state that she'd be okay with the last name being Dye. Haugen, are you okay with that?
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't know she legally changed the name to Robertson. If she already did that, then that's fine. I thought she was just gonna name her that, like,
White man can give a damn one way or another.
put her name for that in school and whatever.
Listen,
So what do you want, Queen's?
Wait a minute, Cindy Nut, before you bust all over it. I have to say this. From what the maggot divestors and swirlers be talking about, you know, I'm not surprised at it, but it's just amazing, This is a seasoned man. Y'all, a woman can be 20 years old, he can be 97, and y'all, ooh, love it, love. We done seen it, maggot. Don't try to act like I made it up, because I didn't. Love it, love. Ooh, she happy. But if it's a black man, he's a pervert, and oh my God, that's your daughter age. Yeah, just stop saying y'all loyal, please. I mean, just stop for once in your life. Stop lying to the world. I think you just do it just to annoy people. You know you ain't that. You damn fighting all over Twitter every damn day. Your favorite shows is baddies, and all they do is fight and spit on hoes. 304s. Man, let me let y'all listen.
His last name to be?
Again, I haven't been involved. I don't really have much say in that. It's whatever Demetria wants. It's fine.
Okay, so it sounds like she wants it to stay as Di Robertson. You're okay with that?
Yeah, it's okay.
Mm-mm.
And based on your income, we calculated child support at $965
I'm sorry about this, Mr. Mike Huggins. Like the diaper.
per month beginning November 1st. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes, I do work on a contract basis. My current contract ends on the 20th. Sometimes
I can't breathe.
sometimes I've gone right from Friday to Monday on one contract, and I've gone 5-6 months before I find another one. I'll have to submit some kind of adjustment, I guess,
Good Jose.
when depending on what happens, if I can find something else or not.
And is it correct that in the past several years, you and Miss Di had an agreement where you'd pay or you'd send her $2,000 a month?
It was not an agreement. It was basically forced, and it was actually $2,200 a month the last couple of years. It was $550 a week, and there was $500 a year. A few years before that, it was $450 a few years before that, and $400. So it's probably started out around more like $400 a week, then went up $50 every 6 months to a year. Every week, nonstop. If I didn't have the money that week, sometimes I would give her $100 and then $350 and then $200 wherever I could round it up.
They were paying.
Do an hour of work somewhere and make some money, borrow money from my family. I lost my house during the process because I couldn't afford to pay that too and pay her. So yeah, but I've been paying it nonstop the whole time. The only time I stopped was when they were supposed.
What they said, but you gonna pay for that for JJ, ain't it? But it's gonna run you in the long run.
Supposed to be working on an agreement, and she wasn't communicating back and forth, and it took a while to get.
Best to get in and get out. Go for the cash drawer.
Get that worked out, and then I started paying immediately as soon as the agreement was signed.
Now you guys begin to understand why I'm saying that this is extortion, blackmail, or hush money. This man lost his house to continue to pay her. This is such a cautionary tale for men, how temporary.
Be $965.
You see, what you got to understand is that's why a lot of times they find them in a canal somewhere or in a drainage pipe or something. You know what I mean? And like, nah, I give it up. Oh, Lord, he did this. Man, these are evil people, man. Like, you know what I mean? Now, a lot of times that's what that happened. What that other dude, the white guy, that they still finding out fingernails in the dirt somewhere. They still finding body part. You know, some of them ain't gonna play. You know what I mean? But let them tell. I mean, these people literally brag on the white man more than the white woman. That is the truth. Good news. I mean, the white woman don't even brag on the white man like that. Then they got a nerve to call themselves loyal. Man, I mean, you should be damned for blasphemy. You know what I mean? Let's go, man.
But right now, yeah, that's 20% of what I'm making.
Okay. And what kind of visitation schedule are you wanting with the child?
Again, I'm very conflicted about this. I don't know. I've never had this happen before. So, and like I said, I did not know. I was not 100% sure with my daughter until I got the paternity test. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to bother.
All right, because this was a mutt dog. This was a slut bucket. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm pregnant. Okay, and who else is paying you? Like, I don't understand.
So she said that she was asking about me. If she does, then that's fine. If she's, I don't know, she's told her who I am. If she said her father's the bad guy and I never want you to see her, then maybe I shouldn't. I think it's up to the daughter, and she'll find out along the way, I guess.
Okay, and
I don't have any right to demand it.
She gonna be.
And where do you live again?
Just like that thing
In Southeast Florida. I do want a physical address. It doesn't have to be hers.
Mama too.
Where I can send things. I think I have to have an address to put her on some kind of 529 plan if I want to. So I need some kind of physical address, even if it's a PO box, I guess, or something, right? I don't have to have an address to be able to come exchange the person or whatever you're talking about. I don't need Demetria's actual address.
Okay, so you want an address for the mother and for where the child lives.
Well, something I can send things to and use as a registered address if I have to for any. Like I said, I would think I need some kind of physical address for one of those 529 plans, right? Or can it be all online? I don't know.
Okay, I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Rich, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. The suggestion, Mr. Hagen, that you would consider opening a 529 account,
One little mega rock.
that was at your own suggestion. Is that correct?
Who is
Yeah.
this guy?
And the sole reason that you are asking
Man, it look like a guy.
for an address, you're not asking for Ms. Dye's address, but you are asking for some permanent address that you can send gifts, that when and if you open up a 529 account or its equivalent, there is an address associated with the account. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Nothing further.
Is not anything further?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
All right, the parts y'all have agreed to are all fine. I think we've agreed the last name will not be changed, so it's going to be Dye-Robertson, although it's so unusual. I'm not granting the non-disclosure request, so Ms. Dye, you do need to let Mr. Hagen know where you live, and he will do the same as well. There's been no family violence, so there's no reason for a non-disclosure. Child support is going to be $965 a month, which is what it is based on guidelines.
Damn.
And I'm not sure what to order for regarding visitation. My only suggestion would be that kids can make adult decisions. Kids don't know any better sometimes. So, Mr. Hagen, if you're saying that you're going to rely on a child to decide, that's probably not something they're going to decide until it's probably way too late. So that's where, as an adult, as a parent, we have to step up.
Listen, Jose, excuse me, sir. This is the white man. You know what I mean? This white man been pumping these maggots full of lead since the plantation, and they had to try to lead the pass for white in other states and things like that. So, Demetria died. She knows that. You know, I'm pretty sure she knows the history. But that's the type of situation they put their daughters in. You know, some of them give their daughters over to rich men with money, you know, just like her mama gave her to Mr. Mike Hargis, whether she know it or not. You know, whatever she put in her, they made her believe that the snowman is great and he will take care of them and such and such and such and such. And from what we understand, I guess he tried. He paid the damn thing over several dollars, even though she knew he had an old lady. And it was cool that the daughter didn't know him as long as he paid on time. But the moment those payments started to slip, that's when she called Mr. Jose. So damn, you know, whoever going to enforce this man to do what he's supposed to do, whether that be a Hispanic man or a Chinese one, you know, they get us both. You know what I mean? Meaning, you know, the white one, the black one, and even you, Jose, you would have got to.
And do something, even though it may make things difficult, maybe with your wife or other things, but you need to figure out something where you are visiting the child. It is obviously everybody agrees that it's in the best interest of the child that both parents are involved in the child's life.
Talk about it.
I understand, of course, distance is an issue, but it doesn't sound like that's the most major issue. I don't know what to order regarding visitation, other than just say visitation by agreement only. I don't hear Ms. Dye saying she doesn't want you to visit. So, Mr. Hagen, it's really going to be relying upon you to step up and say, I want to visit, and then propose to her a time frame of when you can do that. I
certainly wouldn't just jump up and say, hey, I'm going to take her home for the weekend. I mean, it would be a very slow start.
Well, you need to talk to Ms. Dye, and first you need to decide what you want to do, because it doesn't sound like you've made a decision about what you want to do. And then you need to talk to Ms. Dye.
But I don't understand. This is the white man that have it all figured out. This is what divestors and swirlers tell us. This is what the queen mentions every time she mentions him. So I'm lost, as well as you, Mr. Jose.
You can do that outside of court. You know, you don't need attorneys to do that and say, hey, I'm going to be available this time. Like, you know, maybe you just do a daytime visit or something. I haven't heard that there's obviously no other serious issues. It's just a matter of you not knowing the child. Maybe it's a weekday visit. Just a day visit and not a whole weekend visit. Maybe not an overnight visit to start off with, and then work up from there. I can't really order anything specific because it doesn't sound like you really have a plan at this point. So what I hear, I guess, is Ms. Dye wants you to visit. She's upset you aren't. And Mr. Haugen, I hear from you that you just don't know what to do. So it really boils down to you, Mr. Haugen. You have to decide what you want to do and then talk to Ms. Dye. I think she's going to open the door. But I get her reluctancy of having you have the whole weekend, which I don't think that's what you want anyway. But maybe, like I said,
I want to figure out. I think that would freak out a little kid to even to do anything like that. So definitely not.
Well, Mr. Haugen, I'll put it to you like this: every year, every August, kids are placed with strangers at their school for 8 hours a day, all day, all week long. Never met the person, never had a relationship with that person, don't know their name, and they're 6 years old, 5 years old, something like that. And they do this every August, and they're with this person 9 to 10 months of the year. That person's called a teacher.
Yeah.
So the stranger idea, I don't really understand that. I mean, it's not a 6-month-old child.
Now imagine that Mr. Jose got to teach the Snow King everything he knows. Ain't nobody know. I mean, not letting this damn thing right here in her ilk, if you will, not elk. And you can go with that too if you like. But not, her and her ilk would have you understand something totally different. I mean, just look at the shame Serena Williams is bringing on her father. But it's not his mama black. See, his mama black, because that's what's important amongst these people. But the Jose is teaching Mr. Michael L., if you will, ethics on children. I mean, he's supposed to be the greatest at it. If you let this group of deuces tell it, I understand. I'm gonna let him finish, y'all. I ain't gonna, I'm gonna give you the mic back.
We're talking about a 6-year-old.
Yeah, true.
6-year-old who is going to be with a stranger every year. So, like I said, I'm not trying to have a conversation with you, Mr. Haugen. I'm just trying to make you understand it is in the best interest of the child that you visit. You have to decide when you are able to visit.
Man.
And then you're not a stranger. You're the parent. So you have to take the initiative to do something. If you don't, the child is not going to call you. A 6-year-old is not going to get on the phone and call you and say, hey, Dad, I want you to visit. They're not going to do that. And by the time they're 16 or 17, they're probably not going to want to visit, but they're going to wonder who their dad is. Again, they're probably not going to call you. You got to be the adult here. So that's something you just have to decide what to do.
Man, I'm
you have a door to knock on. You have a way to contact Ms. Dye. So that's something you can speak to her about once you decide that you want to be the dad. I understand you just had DNA test results recently, maybe, but either way, you have to decide what you want to do. It's hard for me to make a decision. If you were saying, hey, I want visitation now, then I could make...
Look at this guy here. I'm sorry about that. Please excuse me. Who is Randy? Randy is smoking in the damn... What the hell wrong with Randy? I just had to point that out. Randy a thug nigga.
Some orders. But I don't hear you saying that. I hear you saying I'm reluctant to do that, and you want a 6-year-old child to decide. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So, as I said, Ms. Dye's not closing the door. She just doesn't want it to go all a whole weekend. Is what I hear from her today, and it's going to be up to you to decide. So I'm just doing visitation by agreement. I know that's vague, but that allows y'all to talk later on and decide how y'all want to do that. Rather than me mandating specific times and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. You need to acknowledge the $225 for payable to the state for the insurance.
Well, I thought that was part of
I think they set up the $250.
The medical support was $250, and it was announced as an agreement.
All right, that's fine. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was only speaking to the contested issue since we...
So basically the white man should have kept it in his pants. Yeah, so there you go. There you have it, divestors and swirlers. And, we just got a question for you. Divestors, swirlers, queens, mother god, black woman. What the hell is this? That boy paid her to stay away. And then the women in Africa is where y'all stay tuned. We got some more coming for you. It ain't gonna be You know, I don't believe this is going to be a live reaction. This is actually going to be something put together, something nice and special with a bow on top. A video. An undivested version. And another anti-swirler's tale. That's what that's going to be about. But back to the live reactions here. You know, divestors, we want to know what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? We Marvin, we confused like Marvin. We asking questions. Divestor, what's going on? What's up? The white man and put her away for a couple grand of money. She didn't give a damn as long as he paid. She didn't care about what that daughter went through. Because she just gonna lie to her anyway. Girl, your daddy didn't want you. Which really, it was a situation of a sugar baby thing. 2,000. I mean, that boy was paying a hefty fine. You know, really, you know, he was probably gave a couple hundred. We don't think vagina is worth it like that. You know what I mean? Y'all know y'all. The snowman be paying. We be like, we go bargain with him, you know, over her body here. I don't know, man. Shit, 100. You know what I mean? It's not that. It ain't worth all that. It really isn't. But back to him though. Divestors, y'all got to explain this, man. Y'all really do. But brothers, I wanted y'all to see that. You know, I really did, because these things they talk a lot, you know, and they're the reason why your reputation is burnt to the ground, you know. And then they got a nerve to post this picture. You got a couple of black women on a building watching America burn. Negro, that's Chicago right now. Why you worrying about the rest of the world? Why don't you go do something about that? You understand me? But you ain't gonna do nothing but try to put it on somebody else. But she's still gonna bust them legs open to have some meat dropped in them. All these pregnant broads, but yet the men are the problem. These women love raw meat. And the thing about it is, when a white man drops some baby formula in them, they gonna have that baby. Now they gonna abort yours in a minute. They gonna have that mixed one. And then they gonna be jealous of it and call it a preference when y'all choose to run after them. Well, that's the story. And this is undivested version, man, and the live reactions. You know, and we're gonna keep on dropping them. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all share, like, share, and subscribe, if you will. You see what I'm saying? Get it out there, man. This is to clean up your reputation, man, and to show that these people are full of it, and the garbage is passed down to them by the old decrepit. You know, the old woman that came before them. Pass it down. Yeah, man. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Undivested version, live reaction. I apologize to the brothers for what you have to endure. Peace.
Agree to everything else.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. All right. The Attorney General's office will draft an order based on my ruling and email y'all a copy. Y'all are done with court and are excused. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I can't even picture these people